The microphone gave a tiny buzz before her words cut to the crowd like a blade. It was supposed to be an evening filled with encouragement. Soft lights, quiet music, people wearing gentle smiles that hid their worry. My son sat next to me, his small hands resting in his lap, pretending he wasn't exhausted. Then she rose from her chair, my mother-in-law, lifting her chin as if she were about to deliver a noble speech. Instead, she spat out, "Stop begging. Let him go. Nobody cares if he dies." The entire room seemed to freeze mid-breath. Even the warmth in the air vanished. My son lowered his eyes, and his fingers, wrapped around mine, suddenly turned cold. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I simply smiled into the microphone and said, "Thank you for being here." People assumed I was stunned. Others thought I was trying to stay graceful. They had no idea how many years I had trained myself not to react to her cruelty. They didn't know I had been storing every wound quietly, waiting. She wasn't always openly vicious. When I married her son, she played the part of supportive mother. She pretended to adore our child, but the cracks in her kindness showed early. She hated that her son loved me. She hated that our child wasn't the kind of strong she expected. She hated losing control. Every milestone in our marriage came with a backhanded comment. Every joyful moment she tried to tarnish. Still, I tolerated her, for my husband, for my child. But the night she talked about an 11-year-old with leukemia like he was disposable, she crossed a line she could never return from. She thought those words would break me. Instead, they freed me. Her cruelty didn't start there. Weeks before the fundraiser, I learned she'd been telling neighbors that my son's illness was exaggerated, that I was collecting sympathy money, that maybe his sickness was some kind of divine punishment. A neighbor told me with trembling lips because even repeating it felt wrong. My reaction wasn't anger. It was a cold, steady shift inside. I understood then she wasn't just unkind. She was someone who would crush a child just to feed her bitterness. So I prepared. Not revenge, justice, done quietly and precisely. I didn't need to dig far. I already had recordings from phone calls where she mocked my son and questioned his diagnosis. She didn't know my phone saved everything automatically. She didn't know the camera in our living room caught her insults during her unannounced visits. And when I looked deeper, I found more: messy tax records, illegal raffle money from her charity club, a hidden savings account under her sister's name, weekend hotel trips her husband didn't know about. I wasn't searching for her secrets, but suddenly they were everywhere. And then the fundraiser happened, the final missing piece. 30 witnesses, 3 phones recording, a public moment where she exposed herself. By Monday, everything was ready. The first step was her husband. I sent him a clean bundle of documents. Screenshots, audio clips, bank trails, hotel receipts. 2 hours later, he walked out of their house with a suitcase in a silence that sounded like finality. Next was her charity group. I forwarded the proof of illegal raffles to the district authorities. By lunchtime, they launched an investigation. By the afternoon, her license was suspended. Social media lit up with complaints about her fake fundraisers. Then came her workplace. I sent them the video from the fundraiser. The moment she said, "Let him die," hit them like a hammer. By Tuesday morning, she was handed her belongings in a cardboard box and escorted out. I didn't post anything online. I didn't need to. People who witnessed her outburst uploaded the clip themselves. Her face, her voice, her venom. She messaged me, begging me to get it removed. I replied with only one sentence: "You told me to stop begging." 4 days later, she appeared at my doorstep. No makeup, no confidence, trembling like a child caught doing something unforgivable. She tried explaining, twisting her words into excuses. Stress, confusion, misunderstanding. I let her speak until she ran out of lies. Then I stepped closer, calm and firm. "You hurt a sick child. You wished death on him. This isn't revenge. This is consequence." She broke down right there. And for the first time, her tears meant nothing to me. My son watched from the window. He didn't say anything. He didn't need to. Within a week, her entire world collapsed in the same way she tried to collapse ours. I didn't celebrate. I didn't boast. I simply protected my child. The peace she left behind feels like fresh air. Our home is lighter, and my son smiles a little easier now.